Brad, this is Soul Edge 6.
Oh, finally.
The time is now.
All right. Wait a minute. Does that make it Soul Blade -4?
No.
Where does Soul Blade fit in all this?
Soul Blade is just what they called the home version of Soul Edge.
I know.
For no good reason.
All right. But what do they actually call this?
Soulcalibur V.
Okay. That may not be my language that you're speaking, but at least I understand it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Soulcalibur V. The soul...
Does it continue to burn?
Continues to burn.
All right.
The stage of history.
Okay. Is it set?
Is set. Something, something, something. So here we are in our astral home.
What?
Our main menu.
Okay.
And I guess, you know, I'll start by saying just you can see some stuff on the right side there. You can actually take...
Who's Bloodburger?
Yeah, so you can actually take people from the leaderboards and just add them to your list as rivals.
Okay, and I see you've chosen wisely.
And I don't know, I just picked I actually fought against this dude.
Okay.
I don't know, and then everyone else, those other dudes were just on the list. So,
okay. Wait a minute. When did this game come out?
Tomorrow.
That guy's level 50.
Yeah, well, I fought him over the weekend, so he's been playing it for a while.
What does it mean?
It means that some people got a hold of the game early.
Okay.
Your player level increases across all modes, so that doesn't necessarily mean he's played a ton of online.
That's not
just
weeks
means
worth
that he is.
Okay.
Yeah, that he may have just played a ton of. Well, I guess actually, so there you go. He's played 2 hours of online time, so the rest of it's all been other modes.
Fair enough.
There you go. 34 hours of offline time from our friend there.
Believable.
He was all right. I beat him a couple times. He beat me a couple times. We were fairly evenly matched when we played. All right, so Quick Battle is like the Tekken, that Tekken Ghost Battle mode where they've got different AI, and you can just kind of fight against it. Anyone you want to see in particular?
I don't know. Who do you like? Who's new? Is it like...
Yo, you know what? I like Mitsurugi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think Maxi is okay.
Maxi's cool.
I think Cervantes is pretty decent.
I was always partial to Taki.
Yeah, is Taki even in?
Oh, dude.
So there's been some changes.
What?
There's no Sophatia. It's her children are in this game. You know, so you get kind of some sons and daughters type stuff.
Are you going to tell me that Taki is not in this game?
No, but what I am going to tell you is that this whole row is still locked.
Okay. All right.
And this one just says not available. I don't even know what that means.
Feeling very anxious.
Why would it be different from what locked is? Does that just mean it's a DLC character for sure?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I bet so.
Who knows?
I'm feeling very agitated right now.
All right, let's go with Patroclus.
Sure.
Here.
I see he ranks highly in the ease of use category.
He is you know, one of the new dudes here. So it kind of feeds us 4 different characters made with the kind of the custom player creation tools, and we can kind of set up some search criteria to search. This is all on the disc. It's all just searching, you know, kind of where they come from. So if we set, you know, Japan advanced, we might get, Harada, who fights in the Devil Jin style, which we'll take a look at after we show some fights that I can actually win first. So let's, or there's no guarantees, actually, I guess that I'll win any of these fights here. I have not played a ton of.
You chose not to take on the Mantis Chiropractic.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. So how's the fighting system? I have been out of Soulcalibur for, I think, 4 iterations. Or 3.
You know, they've added ultras basically. Like you know, kind of you have a meter that builds up and you can use it for, you know, big moves.
Sure.
And there are some moves that you can use portions of that meter for to pump up, like similar to, though not exactly like, EX moves in a Street Fighter.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the system is largely, the basics of the system are largely unchanged. It's guard, horizontal, vertical, kick.
Yeah.
And then the triggers are mapped to various, you know, the default setting, like various combinations of those buttons if you want to play it that way. So here on the Xbox, since I need to hit like basically A, B, and K, I can just hit the right trigger for that. To do that. Oh.
I like this. I like this motion blur you get when the camera's whipping around.
Yeah.
That looks pretty nice. You know, if you're going to be sidestepping a lot, which you probably are.
Yeah, I would say it's a nice looking game.
It looks pretty nice. At the same time, I don't know about Soulcalibur. Like,
yeah,
like
it's
like
yes.
there's nothing wrong with it if you like it. I kind of fell out of it and just I don't know, something about the fighting style did not keep me hooked over time.
I agree. I think that Soulcalibur on the Dreamcast was an incredible game.
Yeah, like that, like the watershed moment in home fighting games.
Yeah, you know, there's the stuff they added in the single player, so that mission mode was awesome. But it was a game that a lot of people could pick up and play somewhat well. I mean, there was obviously depth to it, but you know, if you were just like some bros who are not necessarily fighting game bros,
right?
And you could hang out and you could play Soulcalibur and people would have a good time.
If you were perhaps in college and wanted to buy 24 packs of cheap canned beer.
Sure, yeah.
And hang out and play Dreamcast.
That's a much more noble pursuit than, like, you know, 4-player GoldenEye or something like that, right?
Yeah, I may have known some of those bros.
Yeah, that was, you know, I remember when we got the Dreamcast in the office, got a copy of Soulcalibur, it was like people were coming out of the woodwork that wanted to play it.
Right.
That, you know, we were playing a lot of fighting games around then, but, you know, they wanted nothing to do with Street Fighter.
Right.
But Soulcalibur, they were like, oh yeah, I can kind of mash my way to some semblance of victory, and I don't know if you know, it looked incredible. It was an incredible looking game.
Yeah.
It was like games didn't look like that.
Right. I mean,
so,
it looked dramatically better than the arcade version, which was just unheard of.
Yeah, totally. It was awesome. So kind of just something for everyone in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just didn't keep that up with the future games. You know, obviously it's kind of hard to get lightning to strike twice in that kind of specific situation. But you know, they went down the guest character path and all that stuff. And just I don't know. The games have always just been like a little kind of whatever for me.
I know I'm speaking from a position of some ignorance here, but like at least looking from the outside, it looks like it's kind of stagnated. Like it was sort of diminishing returns, right?
I mean,
like,
you know.
Fighting system didn't change that much.
But you know, you could probably say that same thing about Street Fighter if you wanted to be, you know, specific about Street Fighter 4. I mean, you still throw fireballs, you still do you hit forward and fierce, and Ryu does the little lunge punch thing. I mean, all that stuff is the same. It's just the stuff around the edges, the getting up quickly, the way the super meter works, that they've changed, and that's what they've changed here in a lot of ways too. Is you know they've added. And there's stuff they've added to the franchise in previous iterations that are still here too. You know, busting off armor and how that all works. And I actually am not even sure how all that stuff works because I've not played a ton of Soulcalibur. If I can, you know, kind of launch that dude up in the air and hit him with a kick afterwards, and
I believe that's known as a juggle.
Yes, so I busted some armor off that dude there.
So does that make him take more damage? Does that actually affect the match? Or is it just cosmetic?
I think if you bust off all their armor, there's a specific move you can do to end the fight.
Oh, okay. That's
I'm not... I could be making that up.
All right. Well, I won't jump to too many conclusions here then. If you're telling me that that the equivalent of the focus attack dash cancel exists in this game, which is to say that you know that they've evolved it in meaningful ways for people who are really into it.
I think they have. I mean, you know, just the presence of kind of a super move. You know, having proper supers and things like that definitely add new options to the fighting.
All right, that's good to hear. That's encouraging.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going crazy over it, either. I guess. But you know, then you know, I start to wonder, like, is there a scenario in which I would go crazy over a Soulcalibur game? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really, really enjoyed that Dreamcast game, like everyone else did. But you know, never really stuck with it. I never really got amazing at that game either.
Yeah. I remember playing
because you didn't have to, because you were playing with a ton of people that were also not amazing at it. So.
Yeah, there was that, and you know, it had all those like weird story modes and like kind of quasi RPG stuff going on.
That stuff was all great.
That was neat.
Was also good.
Right. But you could, if I remember, you could kind of mash your way through a lot of that too.
Yeah, it was not super difficult. So let's get Harada back up here, just because I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, damn it. There we go. So you see, style up there is when you use created characters, you base them on an existing style in the game. So you have this is just Mitsurugi. This is just Aeon. But this is just Devil Jin, Tekken.
It's the devil you know.
Yeah. And this style is not unlocked for me to use in my created characters, but I sure hope you can unlock it. There's an actually achievement for beating this Harada AI.
And it's just an AI, right? This is not modeled on a real player.
It could be modeled on his fighting. You see those little 4 sliders below each character there that theoretically could be set by a real person. I don't really know. Definitely don't want to jump to any conclusions on that stuff. So he's got kind of an unarmed fighting style that is
this is
moves out of Tekken.
Highly reminiscent, yeah. And is this something you could basically just put together with character creator stuff?
Yeah, you unlock more stuff as you play the other modes and kind of gain player level. You'll unlock more gear to use there.
Wow, that was like straight up eye laser, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh
man, yeah, it's pretty familiar.
oh, yeah. Oh. Jesus. Just keep trying to get up in his face and hit him. And
you're about neck and neck.
They don't want to have that.
Might actually take a round off of him. Do it. Oh my god. Oh my god! Yeah, okay. Point taken.
I thought it was kind of neat that style's in there.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in giving that a shot. Though I can't imagine it actually plays like Tekken, because the buttons are just very different.
It's kind of cool crossover, though. Speaking of crossovers.
Very nice.
Can I...
Very nice.
I just thought of that
one. Yeah, let's just do a quick versus battle here with... I mean, I'll do it against the CPU.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
That's fine.
That way we can just pick all the characters here.
At least their guest character fits the fiction pretty well this time.
Yeah, he's a man with weapons.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that all it really takes?
Sure. I mean, at least he is of the same planet as the rest of these dudes. Like, Ezio is a historical figure, a fictional historical figure. You know.
Let's fight against the character I created, Nice Lady.
Nice antlered librarian.
Sure.
Okay.
No.
What I mean is, like, I always got the sense that Soulcalibur games seem to be taking place somewhere around the same time period as the Assassin's Creed games.
This one takes place at the start of the 17th century.
Okay, so it's relatively close.
I will say up front here, I think Ezio's face looks bad in this game.
Yeah,
it does not look right.
It looks a little bit pretty. Maybe something a little too clean about it. How does he play? Like a Soulcalibur guy?
Like a Soulcalibur guy, yeah. Okay. He's got his gun. He'll shoot it in as part of some moves here.
Smoke bombs or anything?
I don't know. Well, I have not played a ton of Ezio. I wonder if there's... Full synchronization, his super there.
Huh. Kind of curious to see what that does. These games have a zillion moves, don't they?
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of stuff. And there's no... Tekken's kind of the same way. It's just like, what is a special...
Right. Yeah, there's sort of a lot of...
Riscat and Pache, one of his throws.
That's pretty good. Kind of blurring the line between moves and, like, special moves and combos, right? To an extent.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's just an unblockable... He's got some other, he'll work it into some combos a little faster than that, but yeah, if you just want to you just want to bust out a crossbow.
Why you want to treat a nice lady like that?
She's got like 9 sets of horns on her head. That ain't right.
Fair.
Someone set her boob slider all the way up. That ain't no nice lady.
You're right. She's not as... Whoa! She's not especially modest either, I see. That duck animation is just beyond the pale.
Yeah.
How do you do the super? I would love to see that synchronization thing.
It is double fireball with all 3 attack buttons for every character. But I missed, so...
Ah, well. We use our imaginations.
I'll try it again here. There's still more rounds to go. Just keep kicking. Just keep hitting the buttons.
How's the online play been? Does it work well? Is it...
Well, you know, it's a little hard to tell because the game's not out yet, but I was playing against some French dudes earlier today, and it seemed fine.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. And there are... we'll get into that, because there actually are a lot of online options, similar to like the Mortal Kombat feature set, where they've got lobbies and, you know, kind of tournament setups, and, you know, kind of... There's a lot of stuff to it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, she just stuffed my critical edge.
Come on. Thought she might live up to her name there at the end.
Face doesn't look right, dude.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm with you.
That is not the Ezio face.
I'm with you.
All right.
Man, I gotta go play Brotherhood at some point.
Yeah.
I get on that.
So online. So it's got story mode, which takes you through. You don't get to pick characters, and just kind of goes through a story and has a bunch of kind of motion comic-y stuff, along with some proper cutscenes. And it focuses on the kind of the 2 new characters so far from what I've seen. I'm probably about halfway through it, I guess. We get into character creation real quickly. We'll just load up nice lady.
I bet she's into
that. So, you know, you set Mitsurugi, and then, you know, you kind of can set...
What is anime pack?
That is just the types of explosions that come off the hits.
That's kind of funny.
And you also that picture on the right there, you actually shoot that yourself and choose the background.
Like,
so you kind of
frame it up and everything.
Yeah, you frame it up and take that shot.
That's kind of cool.
So, you know, it's like you kind of... Height's going to dictate... yeah, so height will dictate some of the strength versus reach type stuff. You know, kind of change... A lot of body size stuff, a lot of hairstyle stuff here. You can kind of just screw around with that.
Oh, and then it updated the photo.
Yeah.
Thought you having to retake it.
Interesting.
It's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. You can set a lot of the colors and stuff on all this gear too. You see I've unlocked some additional stuff here.
Does this seem like the kind of thing where you could, say, recreate the Incredible Hulk, or Spider-Man, or Darth Vader? Like,
well,
is it that powerful?
The characters don't necessarily get. Well, you know, maybe. I mean, you know, if we went, well, let's see here.
Because, like, if you go to, like, for instance, like the Saints Row the Third character browser at this point,
right,
is full of pretty amazing recreations of licensed characters that wouldn't otherwise appear in the game.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, wow.
I've got it now.
Huh.
Cool.
That's cool.
I just wonder if, you know, if we go to, like... So I just don't know if you can make characters as big as an Incredible Hulk.
Right. Well, that was just an example.
Really,
I mean, I wonder if you're not, like, painting vectors or anything to... I assume it's not freeform enough that you could just, like, create all these designs from scratch.
No, not really. But you can, when you're doing equipment, you can... These kind of last 3 things here, like I just threw a bunch of horns on there, but some of them are just like, you know, a crescent moon, and then I can take that and adjust it and just kind of stretch it out and move it around a little bit.
Just gotta get that perfect placement.
So we can put it on head, and then just make it real big. But is there a positioning? Yeah, okay, so I can kind of... Yeah, so that's,
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so you can do some kind of silly stuff like that, but no, it's you're not necessarily going to go make a ton of existing characters, and you are limited to the kind of the move sets they give you. You're not really customizing moves. Okay, online, ranked match, player match, basic type stuff. Player match has lobbies, so if we search rooms here, we should be able to find some other rooms up and running. There were about 5 earlier. Hopefully they're still there.
Yeah, it looked like some people playing.
There's one.
Based on that map.
And so you get this lobby. If we wait until it finishes, we will get a spectator view. So that box at the bottom there is text chat.
I don't know if I can wait that long. I feel that you need to know.
Okay.
Things could go bad.
Wish we knew how close this fight was to being over to know if it would be worth.
Yeah, you'd think they could at least show you like health bars or something.
Yeah.
How did MK handle that stuff? I can't remember.
Same type deal. If you join mid-match, it wouldn't sync up until the next fight.
But did it similarly just kind of let you sit there? I could have sworn it at least showed you like the health bars or.
Well, no. Once you're actually spectating, you're actually watching the full fight
in a
window. Yeah, but no, not as soon as you join.
Okay.
And even as soon as you join, I don't think MK showed you anything until you actually got all the way in. Why don't we just take this opportunity to just glance through the achievements?
Okay.
So they kind of break it up a lot by mode. There's replays uploading and downloading in the game.
Is that an achievement for just using Ezio?
Yeah, in a player match.
All right.
Let's see what else here.
Pretty standard looking stuff, it looks like.
Yeah, for playing through the story. Okay, here we go. And then we get it like this. So, you get it in a window here if you want to continue to use the text chat and see kind of records. But at any point, I can just hit a button and toggle back and forth between fight and non-fight.
Yeah, you're right. This all seems pretty well put together.
Yeah.
What is the text chat stuff, though? Is it just a bunch of kind of existing phrases?
No, it is straight up text chat. Yeah,
text
it
entry?
is. Oops, that's... So they're fighting.
Sure. Seems like it.
Yeah.
Is that
There you go. Some good looking juggling action there.
Some skilled play going on here.
This might be a modified Yoshimitsu.
I was
that's
gonna say,
one of the things you can do. When you create a character, you don't necessarily have to start from scratch. You can modify existing dudes
so he is included in this game.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He is officially a Soulcalibur dude at this point.
Yoshimitsu goes where he wants when he wants.
Yeah, he's kind of like, because he's in...
I prefer Tekken Yoshimitsu to Soulcalibur Yoshimitsu, but I prefer Tekken to Soulcalibur, so that's, of course I would say that.
Yeah. But he's even in like Street Fighter Cross Tekken at this point.
Yeah.
He really kind of gets around.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He's a man of the people.
All right, so that's your player match kind of lobby setup stuff. Then of course there are ranked matches, and then there's this. This just got patched in. Like this was not there when I was playing it yesterday.
Wow.
I think it was the patch that they just put out recently. Finally turned on. Well, turned on the global Colosseo mode here. As it says, a massive lobby for fighting and chat.
Let's fight and or chat.
I don't know that we'll find anybody in any of these. So they have lobbies for cities. If your city's not listed, well, just hang out in the Chihuahua one, I guess. Any of these got coming straight out of Bogota. I'll just. So I haven't really messed with this, but it does have text chat here as well. It looks like you can get a bunch of players just kind of sitting in here.
This is really weird.
And then, okay, so there you go. There will be a tournament from the 1st to the 7th. But if you're just looking to fight people that are also in this lobby, you can just get in here, and it'll search. So if you want to fight people in a specific lobby, you can do it that way. And yeah, that's super weird. This is super weird.
It's almost like you're playing Magic or something.
Yeah,
like you're going to put down your deck on this table.
And there's my license. Yeah, so that's, you know, another lobby style sort of situation. And that's Soulcalibur V.
I'm going to say that my snap judgment is that they have done right by Soulcalibur.
I suspect that people who like Soulcalibur will like this game.
Yeah,
I guess I can't really say for certain here.
Yeah.
The story mode seems a little flimsy.
Is it just this, and then you fight?
Yeah, and some of these are against kind of non-characters that come out of the character creator or something like that.
Kind of a neat looking stage.
But this time we'll get a real character. Yeah, so, you know, story mode eventually leads you to Soulcalibur fights. I know that's a shock.
Yes. I didn't know they had gotten the Cirque du Soleil license for this game.
Yeah, no, she was in, well, she was in at least 4, I think.
Okay.
She's been in previous games.
I am way behind.
Remember Star Gladiator?
Kind of. Was that on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah, then the sequel was a Dreamcast game, Nightmare of Bilstein.
Fighting game?
Yeah.
With, like, not lightsabers?
With one girl that had crazy ring, energy rings.
Were there a bunch of, like, fake lightsabers in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Barely. A lot of
this
weird...
girl with her ring blade always reminds me of Star Gladiator.
Okay.
And now, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
You're getting your chakra on. Chakram, whatever it is.
I'm not using it a lot in Reckoning because it's kind of a ranged weapon.
That's what they are.
Really.
The circular thing is that's what that's called, right?
Yeah, chakram. I've been going more daggers than that.
Daggers are cool. I mean, they're no curved blade, but
well, the Fey blades are also pretty awesome.
I suppose they'll get the job done. That didn't seem especially difficult.
No, it's not. I'm not great at this game, and you know. Aha! And then you get some more of this.
I'm not going to tell a wimpy little boy who's a pale imitation of his mother.
Footsteps.
Hey, he's just trying to provoke you.
Wow, they're like moving from right to left. Like stereo panning and everything.
Yeah. And then you're on to the next episode.
On to the next one.
So it's just, you know, just kind of each one of these is a fight or a set of a couple of fights here. Not the episodes themselves are not very long. I think there might only be like 16 of them, so I don't know. This is really substantial, but but I can't say for sure. Anyway, that's Soulcalibur V. It is out now, unless this goes up on Monday, in which case it's out tomorrow. But I don't think it is going to go up today, so it's out. It's out now.
Okay. Obviously, for Bloodburger, it's been out.
Yeah,
so.
Bloodburger 1 is already created 4 characters and
what are you
played
guys
for like
for?
21 hours. I don't know what you guys are doing. So,
yeah.
There you go. Get out there and soul burn something stage of Yoshimitsu.